Be good here in just a sec. All right, says we're good. All right, just getting my playback up. Good day. How's everybody been? If anyone's even, excuse me, if anyone's even here. Oh, what the fuck is this? Sweet, now it's open. There we go. Yep, ads. Dun dun dun. Twins might be cooked. What's up, Space? What's up, Keith? What's up, Richard? How you guys doing? How you guys having a good night? What's up, Kenny? Oh yeah, it was a great game for the Tigers. Sorry, I'm just getting my chat refreshed. Everything's kind of wonky. There we go. There we go. Make sure you guys drop a like if you don't mind. What's up, Vincenzo? How you doing? Doing good. Just got off work. Just got ready to go. Watched the very end of the Tigers game in which they destroyed the Twins. 8-2. Garbage time runs for the Twins, so it was really like 7-0, but yeah, hell yeah, Richard, I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, same here basically. Yeah, their offense looks really bad. Oh, what's up with Benetti? What's up, Space? And by the way, I did call that game, just like Space is pointing out. The Tigers and Twins play these hilarious games where, yeah, Scooball did his thing. He's the Joe Burrow of baseball. Hey, good shit for the Cavs. But I said the Tigers and Twins play very specific games of baseball. It's blowout, blowout, blowout. There's what, it's a 4-game series, right? So this will be 4 blowouts. I don't know how it'll play out, but Minnesota and Detroit don't play close games. I don't know why that is. It's been like that since like 2019. The Tigers, like, the only time they'd look good is when they'd play like Minnesota. He's doing the national. Oh shit. Yeah, it makes sense. Benetti's eventually going to leave the Tigers for one of the national markets. But you know what's funny? You don't like Scott Harris? Why is that, Richard? Tigers won 8-2, Vincenzo. 8-2. The Tigers are 8-4. The only thing that kind of gives me some pause with Benetti going to the national market is there's this kind of do you guys follow like really weird esoteric like side baseball stuff? There's this belief going on. I'll bring the tweet up. I follow this kind of stuff because to me this is kind of interesting. It's baseball may be moving off of traditional television soon. Like, oh, he got really okay, hold on a second. This guy got smoked a little bit. NBC wants to they want to pay less money for baseball to stay with them. ESPN's contract eventually does expire. There's some teams are this I don't really care about that, but there is a lot of truth to this. It seems like baseball is becoming, I don't know, less viable for traditional markets, and I don't know what baseball is going to do. But there is some truth to, like, you know, NBC wants to pay less for baseball. Baseball is becoming less valuable for TV markets. You're seeing things like Bally Sports fail out. They have to get bailed out by Amazon to continue on the path that they're on, which also is why Bally probably seems a little bit better this year, is because they're now kind of backed up by Amazon. And I will say Bally has improved. Like just watching some of like the online stuff, because that's kind of how I watch the Tigers, is through Bally. It's way better. Like, you can definitely tell they got an upgrade in their like streaming department. It's still a little bit behind. I don't understand why that is, but overall the quality is way up. Manning and Maeda, that's more on Hinch. Scott Harris is the president, so I feel like he has very few decisions on like the day-to-day roster. If you're mad about that situation, you would probably have to look more on like AJ Hinch. AJ Hinch and Chris Fetter. Hinch has like 100% control of like who's on the main team and who isn't. No GM, so Hinch is like the acting GM. You could kind of look at it like that. Erod, they shouldn't. I'm glad we didn't pay that guy. I'm very glad the Tigers did not pay Eduardo. If he wanted to stay for the exact same money he was getting, keep him. Otherwise, I don't know. I almost don't care that we didn't get anything back either, because to some extent it's opened it up for, I think, what we'll have is better younger pitchers. Erod's got like these weird problems where like he's kind of injury prone-ish. He's a bit of a diva. He gets like, I've looked into it. He has like emotional problem. Like it's that, you know, that time when he left the Tigers for like a weird stretch of time and was just having problems or whatever. That's not the first time in his career that that's happened. So it's kind of like, well, that's a little suspect that this guy has had these continued issues, and I don't know. Langford, yeah, that might have been a miss. But again, Max Clark is probably going to be a monster in the MLB. So, and the way I look at the Langford and the over Max Clark situation is, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot longer. Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, we got a double. So do we, Keith. We play 2 versus Minnesota. I don't know. The Erod situation, yeah, that's a pretty bad fuck up. But I don't know. I like Max Clark over Langford. I think Clark has a longer and a higher ceiling than what Langford has. Yeah, way higher upside. Like the difference between the two is like perennial, like all MLB player versus guy who's like going to be an all-star a couple times in Langford. You know what I mean? Like it's like if you're willing to be patient for 3 years instead of like getting him right now this year, you'll have a megastar in Max Clark. I think the trade-off is completely worth it. By the way, if you guys don't mind leaving a like, make sure you do so. Helps a ton. Yeah, Keith, and you guys are the best team in the division by the looks of it. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you finally saying that. Yeah, they look pretty solid. Their pitching looks good, but that's, you know, we all kind of knew that going into the season. The Tigers would have a good bullpen. They have a good starting unit. It's the bats. If they can hit, they're a very tough team to stop. But again, you kind of have to. I do agree that there is a little bit of a red flag on the Tigers, because it's like, well, they split with Pittsburgh. That's all we have right now, and they're that shit versus Oakland. I don't know what happened there. I think Oakland just, you know what happened with the Tigers? The Tigers probably went into that series because, again, one of the faults of the Tigers, they're a bunch of very sure-headed young men on that team, but the key thing is they're very what's the right word I'm looking for? They're very inexperienced and they're very young, but like when they get going, they're very cocky about it. If that makes sense, like when the way that they were winning, they probably got it in their heads that they were going to beat the dog shit out of Oakland, and then they got caught twice. That's the best way I can look at what happened. Plus, it's early in the season, and I do think Oakland might be a little bit better than we all thought. And again, maybe that's just me coping because my team lost 2 of 3, but I don't know. Oakland doesn't look that bad. I don't know. There's a lot worse teams that did. The Twins look worse than the fucking Athletics do. There are like the Marlins look way worse. The White Sox look like the worst team in baseball. The Red Sox look like dog shit. I would say Oakland's better than all of them by substantial, like a substantial bit. Is that controversial? I hope you are right. Langford was the best hitter at college versus best at high school. Yeah, I think the Tigers also, Richard, were a little bit soured off of like a college like superstar hitter, because the last time they did that, they took Torque and got fucking burned on it to some extent. I think Torkelson will be good, but like the last time they just went with the power hitting machine, like it didn't work. You know what I mean? Like they're still trying to develop Torque along. Whereas like, I don't know, Job looks like he's going to be very good in the NFL or in the MLB if he doesn't blow his fucking elbow out. Green Meadows and Mark is good. Yeah, Mark Hanna looks really good too. What's up, Jacob? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if the Langford and the Max Clark thing turns out to be bad. There is a part of me though that really wishes we still had Al Avila. You know the funniest part? Everybody hated on Al, and everybody. You know what was funny? You can ask everyone here who's new. Kenny will back me up on this. Kenny, didn't I say the Tigers will regret firing Al Avila? Wasn't I the biggest Al Avila defender saying you guys just do not see the plan? I seen the plan. Do you guys see the plan now? Do you see the pitching? Do you see the fucking offense? It's a little shaky, but when it's good, it's good. All of these players were drafted by Al Avila. This entire team was put together with Al and AJ, and they fucking fired my guy Al. That's so dirty, dude. They fired Al Avila, and he built this fucking team with his bare hands. Put together one of the best pitching staffs in the MLB, and they fired him for it. Yeah, we won today, thanks to our pitching again. Another Al Avila pick and Tarek Skubal. I told everybody we're gonna miss Big Al. The offense just didn't come along fast enough. Darn shame. He was a very good GM. That man, or at least he should go be a pitching scout. Like that should be what he goes and does. He should be like, listen, I can't do much, but apparently I can find pitching. I don't know. I'm really good at that. Hey, we have 6 likes, by the way. I appreciate that, guys. If you guys could leave a couple more and get us up into the double digits, could help the stream out. I don't know. Hope your Guardians win tomorrow night. Yeah, that'd be good. At least go. You have to at least split it. Yeah, the Astros might be done. I don't really know what. Like in years past, I've looked at the Astros. What's up, Ven? I've looked at a team like the Astros and kind of thought, oh, they'll be quickly back. Their pitching is absolutely terrible. They better hope Verlander comes back and is able to pitch like a fucking 6-7 innings a game and not 5. Yeah, it's awful pitching. And I don't know if Justin Verlander is going to be enough to save that. What's up, Ven? Might switch a little topics here because there's something I'd like to discuss. Did you see the Brady video? I'm now imagining a world. I've completely gone back, Ven. I've reverted. You had me on the Drake May train. You had me on the quarterback at 3 train. We're back on the Marvin Harrison and Tom Brady combo. We draft Marv, get Brady back, take good fucking lineman with our next pick. We might win the Super Bowl next year if we get Tom in here. Let him run the team, get things back to normal. Let me dominate in that stupid fucking division. We're so close to being back then. We may even have Tom next year. You don't know how good of a day this was for me. He said 3 teams. He said the Patriots, the 49ers, and the Raiders. I'm not worried about the 49ers. Fuck the Raiders. He ain't going to go play for them losers. And he's all big again and shit. Marv to Brady to Marv. Oh, boy. You know how many times in Madden, Ven, I used to get Marvin Harrison Sr. on the Patriots? Oh, that was some good times. What's up, Sean? Please, God, let that be real. All I've been thinking about today is how cool it'll be if Tom comes back. Very good day. So how you liking Jackson Holiday so far? Sorry to dump on you there, Ven. I haven't had anyone to talk about that with. Fucking Mike's been MIA for like 2 weeks now, 3 weeks. Last time I seen him, he came in, messed up my draft, and you think he's pressing? Yeah, he's definitely trying to like be the hero. I agree with you on Avila, Baez, Tucker Barnhart, and a lot of bad luck. Yep, basically Baez got him fired, and Parker Meadows or Austin Meadows. That the Meadows trade and the Baez situation got him fired, and it's a fucking shame. You can pinpoint it. It's literally those 2 situations ruined him. Trading Paredes, and yeah, it was terrible. Hey, Ven, are you still here? You want to see something that'll probably make you have a good chuckle? I hope you're still here because I want to show you something very funny. You don't know much about baseball, especially the players, but you got to look at what might be one of the funniest teams in all of baseball, in the Baltimore Orioles. Where's the picture? Where's all three of them? Yeah, but they had a whole picture of the three of them standing in a line together. Where the hell is that? Hold on, I got to find a hilarious picture. Are they all together? Let me see. Let me see. Holiday. Who was the other one? I'm missing. Oh, Henderson. Hold on. They got all of. Okay, they got at least. Oh, here we go. They got a good picture of it. Here we go. I gotta show you something very funny, Ben. Do you want to see? Some say the Orioles have a type. Let's. Okay. I know what I got to type to get what I'm looking for. Yeah, we're going to look at a very funny series of pictures there, Sean. Your team drafts a very specific way and only one player. And they got like 4 different variations of the same guy. Look at this. The same guy. Would you believe, Ben, that these are 4 different dudes? These are all different people? Oh, the cloning machine. Yeah, the Orioles is just straight. Look at this. This is their shortstop and second baseman. The only difference is Jackson's very short compared to Gunnar. Or no, this is Kerstad. I can't even tell these people apart. Look at this shit. They're the same guy. Or if we had Adley Rutschman in and Gunnar Henderson. These two are the same guy if you add facial hair. Isn't this hilarious? Dude, this is one of the funniest things in the world to me. Oh, there's a new... Oh, Mayo, too. Hold on. They got another one? What's Mayo's name? Oh, he... another one. I didn't even know about this one. Add him to the mix. That's 5 guys who all look the exact same playing for the Baltimore Orioles. This is one of the funniest things in the world to me. Let's add another guy. Oh, yeah, and then if you add their other player... He's another one that if you add facial hair or remove the facial hair, he joins the group. Look at this shit, dude. He looks a little different. He's a little different looking. He breaks the mold a little bit, but he still has that really long face and like narrow eyes. It's like the craziest thing. But if you want to know the final boss of all of these guys, there's a kid named Max Clark. He's the final boss of those guys. If you throw all 6 of those Orioles players together, you get this guy, Max Clark. The final version of him. You gotta admit, that shit is fucking crazy. Even if you don't know anything, that's gotta be the funniest thing in the world. There's like 7 dudes in the MLB or like a very good base. These are all very good players, by the way. These are all guys that'll all be like all-stars one day. And they all look the exact same. And then they have the youngest version of him. And Max Clark is the best version, probably. The brightest future, anyway. No offense to anyone on the Orioles or anything, but like Max Clark is supposed to be like a one-of-one kind of star. Well, NFL terms. I don't know how to put this one in. Fucking Marv Harrison. He's very good. Well, there are 2 machines. One created Gunnar Jackson Mayo and Kerstad. The other created Bradish, Norby, Westberg, and Kyle. Yeah, dude, it's hilarious how much all these players look the exact same. And I'm sure, Ven, if you're still here, I hope you found that hilarious. This is what's going on in baseball, Ven. Everybody looks the same. You didn't even know that, did you? Well, Kenny, they were bad for a decade. They picked up Cedric Mullins, and I remember when they turned good. It was one game. I think it was against us. Fucking pieces of shit. I literally remember they were like fucking 20 games under 500 like 2-3 years ago. They had all these young superstars, and Cedric Mullins was their megastar, and he broke out against us. I remember it. I specifically was like, "Oh fucking shit, dude!" And I think the Orioles swept us in like 3 straight comeback wins, and then they started their dumb dog shit, and then they've been good ever since. It's literally just been a nightmare for about 3 straight years for me, and because it started against us. I remember the game. I like remember them coming back, and then they just didn't really lose again. It was so stupid. Yeah, basically, Ken. And they also literally were the worst team in baseball for about 5 straight years. And they committed to it. They were dog shit. And they didn't miss on a single pick. That's the other secret. They hit on every single player. They got very, very lucky, kind of like the Astros did. But the secret is they brought in a guy from the Astros to basically run the draft. In what, about 2018, 2017, you brought that guy over? 2019? And then like the results have been huge. You can kind of see a similar switch with the Tigers. We'll see the Tigers drafting, I think, pay off soon with the Hinch regime. That's what I mean. You guys are hitting on every pick, not even like top picks. It's like you're hitting on like picks where you're not supposed to. Like finding like a Skubal in the 7th is super rare, and like, you know. Yeah, 2025, I think that's his debut year, right? I think a lot of people think next year we could see him next year. I think a lot of people, it depends on how the rest of this year goes for him. If he starts like really advancing quickly, which is kind of what, you know, once he gets used to the pitching and the speed and everything, I'm sure but yeah, I could see it at like late next year. I could see it. Have a good night, Kenny. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate you. Headley, Gunner, same draft. Mayo and Cowser, same draft. Okay. What I'm excited for is Jackson Jobe and Ty Madden. We just have way too much pitching. We're eventually, I think Jackson Jobe's going to get traded, unfortunately. I think they showed him off, and now teams are interested. He's going to get traded. If the Tigers are making a serious push and they have a weakness at like shortstop, I could see a major trade going down. But again, I don't know though. The Tigers are like one of them. Like, I don't know if they'll trade a prospect. Yeah, I know. There's a bunch of players named Jackson in the MLB. I think that's just a popular name for that age group. You know what's going to be funny is when people my age start having kids and they like start going pro, I wonder how many unique names we're going to see. The Tigers, they very well could be. If things develop in the right way. If Torque can get it consistently going. I think Torque is just a slow starter. I'm not going to lie. I think he's going to be dog shit throughout April for most of his career. But then like, boom. Again, he was mentored by Miggy, and Miggy literally couldn't hit a baseball in April. Even when Miggy was hitting 360, do you remember how bad April was for this dude? That's what made him hitting 360 that one year impressive. He probably was hitting 100 coming out of April. It's too cold. Dude would only be able to hit if we went and played in a dome or out down in like Texas. Good times. I don't either, but like the Tigers have such a plus of pitching. I could see. No, I think they've invested too much. I think you're right on that one. It would have to be a crazy offer. I see Ty Madden get traded. I think they only see him as a reliever anyway. And with Holton and everyone else being good and young, bleh. Yeah, you guys could become a problem. It's probably nice for you guys to run into the Red Sox, though. Damn, I think Ven dipped. You missed our whole funny presentation and the whole Brady talk. I thought that would have got a chuckle out of him. How long do you think he's going to be in the minors for? Skeens. Can't be too long. Huh. No thanks. Actually, if you look at the Orioles, their lineup has been... Yeah, I mean, it happens. It's the beginning of the year. A lot of teams start slow. 19 Ks in 9 innings. Dude, that's unreal. Yeah, I don't know why he's down in the minors still. At some point, it's like, dude, he's not getting any better. There is a ceiling at some point, right? Like with these guys, when they're doing that, it's like, what's the point of keeping him down there? Him only going 3 1/3 kind of makes it sound like they're about to call him up. Like they seen what they wanted today. They're like, all right, yeah, he's good. That's a short start to dominate like that and just get pulled out. Yeah, he's probably going to be called up pretty quick here. Who does he play for? The Cubs? Yeah, they'll get going. Santander. Santander has the funniest name to say because it's like you want to say Santander, but it's like there's not enough letters for that. Why isn't there a second A in that name? Indianapolis. Yeah, I know he plays for Indianapolis, but is that the Cubs team? Like who's the actual team he plays for? I know he's a fucking like whatever the weird ass team is that. But who's the Indianapolis affiliate? It's not. I know it's not the White Sox. Pittsburgh. He's a Pirate. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh yeah, he's fucked, dude. They're gonna dick around with that. He's gonna have to live in the minors for most of this year. But to be fair, the Orioles called up Rutschman. I didn't really see that happening. Or not Rutschman, but Holiday. So I don't know. Maybe you get called up, but I swear to God, I thought for sure you guys were just doing the salary cap or the service time manipulation with Jackson. I guess they just genuinely wanted him to play a few games down in the minors. Almost like they wanted the publicity with the call up. No, I think Pittsburgh likes him. I think the short innings are a sign of that. I do think the short innings are a sign of a call up coming. Because again, I think they were playing the Tigers AAA team. So no reason to pull the guy early unless they were just beating the hell out of us. Yeah, but I don't think the Pirates have been trading anybody lately. They usually trade offensive players too. But they kept everybody. They still got Hayes. They still got fucking Reynolds. They still got the whole squad. Feels like the Pirates might be trying to win games now. At least it kind of feels that way. Kind of like how you guys suddenly start paying people and just stop trading players. You're just like, all right, now it's time to win. It is hilarious how good of a team the Pirates are at drafting players. It's like a wild talent they have. Yeah, dude, literally, the Pirates have some. What's up? Happy Friday, Daniel. The Pirates are unbelievable drafters. Maybe they finally, if we just stopped trading people, we'd be unstoppable. Them, the fucking Marlins, Arizona, Cleveland, you guys, the Astros. Those are the teams that have drafted extremely well. The Astros only recently. The Cardinals draft extremely well. If those teams didn't trade away all their good players to try to compete, they'd be monsters right now. The Cardinals would be unstoppable. They'd have the best pitching staff in like baseball. The shit they've given up, that fucking stupid team, just to fucking lose in the playoffs every year. Pirates, Marlins, they'd all be very good. Yeah, and they also draft well throughout the draft. Like, dude, the number of like players that have gotten their start in Pittsburgh, Arizona, Colorado also drafts well, but no one wants to stay there. Miami again, like throughout, it's like not even just like because they have a high pick. It's like they pick well in every round of the draft, and these are like, it's like somebody knows baseball in these organizations. Stop trading everybody. And a lot of those teams stopped trading teams, and they're all very good now. Like Arizona looks like they're a good team. The Orioles are good now. Texas, I said Arizona. Yeah, a lot of these teams are good. Marlins aren't, but yeah, Pirates look good. You think so? There's a possibility you guys will be trading some players just because like you guys have an abundance. Wouldn't be shocking. Wouldn't be too surprising. Pretty much. And you can get a good return. You guys might need pitching. Never know if you need bullpen. You're gonna want to make a serious playoff run. You're gonna have to go steal somebody's like terrible somebody's bullpen from some like overachieving bullpen guy on like a fucking really bad team. Formerly, that would be the Tigers. You'd be like, let's go get somebody from Detroit, I guess. Why, they got fucking like 6 guys with like a fucking 2 ERA right now. I don't even know how the fuck they're doing this. How are they losing? And then you look at our offense, it's like 1.89 runs scored a game, and you're like, oh, well, that's probably why. What was the trade? I know, I think the Tigers will be fine long term. That's unfortunate. I was actually hoping to talk a little football with Ben, but he dipped out pretty fast. They had the reliever that was involved in the deal between the Mariners and Brewers. Oh, that's pretty good. Could be good. I forgot Tony Pollard went to Tennessee. Oh, the Browns did all that. Damn, Aaron almost retired. They got the reliever. Oh, I was there. I already read that. You know what sucks? This is the worst time of year. Yeah, you have a good night, stud. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. This is the worst time of year for football stuff. We're still 2 weeks from the draft. Well, a little under 2 weeks now. That's pretty cool, right? We're about 2 weeks to go. So I still have we've got like one final mock draft to do, and we'll do that in a little while, like a week or so. But damn, dude, there's just no NFL news at all, other than like Tom Brady hinted that he might unretire. Yeah, my stream just died too. Thought for sure more people would come by. Not really. It's Friday night. There's too much to talk about, especially when most of my channel is football related. 6 saves in his career, just hitting first year arbitration in the offseason, so they might. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it could work, but I don't know. What's the like the whip look like? I feel like whip is sometimes more of an important number than ERA. I don't really care about ERA too much anymore. 0.81. See, that's the good number. That's the number you want to look at. There's also other stuff like I think there's a better total. I think like what is it like total ERA or ERA plus is like a little bit better of a pure number to figure out if they pitch well. What is it like the scale of 1 to 120 or something? The higher the I think better. There's very specific, but that 0.81 is important. That means for every 1 inning pitched, he's only, you know what I mean? He's getting outs, not walking people, giving up a couple hits. That wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I'm excited for the future at shortstop for the Tigers. We just got to get rid of Bias. Almost done. Yeah, those numbers aren't bad. The 0.81 is completely workable. To me, anyway. Strikeout's good. If the walks are low, then that's fine. Typically, you just kind of want to have a reliever come in and not give up hits and walks. That's why I think whip is way more important than ERA for a reliever. You know what I mean? Because again, yeah, they give up some runs sometimes. They come into fucked up situations. And normally they're up against some of the best hitters in baseball. So they'll give up the occasional solo bomb or two. Or with runners on, they'll get cracked. No one's perfect. But I think whip tells you more about a reliever than ERA does. Because again, if they come in and they just get outs all the time, they'll have a low whip and you'll be like, all right, so what? They got a 4 ERA. So they got fucking slammed a couple times. They have a fucking 0.4 whip. It means they're giving up like less than half a hit or a run an inning. They're just not giving shit up. They're just like, yeah, I gave up like 2-3 run homers and I'm fucked. I think batting average is also important for relievers. If people are hitting like under 250 or like even lower, like 220 against the guy, then that's pretty solid. That's when you know a guy's. Again, it's kind of the strikeout ratio, the walk ratio is big for relievers. The outs more so than like runs. An 8-1 K to BB. Yeah, with a whip like that, you would think that his issues are giving up home runs and extra base hits. So that's something he's got to work on. That's literally, you can see what the problem is, and he's not walking people, so that whip is basically all hits. So he's got to improve a little bit there, right? You see how whip can kind of like start to decode what the pitcher's issue is when you like look at, okay, so what's his walk to strikeout ratio? Oh, okay, so it's 8-1, so he's not walking dudes. He's got to get the hits down. Which also could just be like putting a better defense behind a pitcher. Which is why I think they have like fielding independent whip, F whip, and FERA. or fucking something like that. It's like a weird number where it's like they can calculate it if you had like the best or like above average fielding, and see if your numbers change. A lot of pitchers' numbers go way down. Like for example, the Tigers pitchers actually their numbers go a little bit up with average league average defense, which is hilarious to think about. Because the Tigers are, I think, we're the number one defense right now, and they're very good at defense. A lot of the Tigers players have very high defensive runs saved. So when you put the Tigers, because that means the Tigers are way above league average fielding. So when you put those guys, when you average out those pitchers, their numbers actually kind of go up a little bit. Tigers defense helps out their pitching a ton. Yeah, Foley, Holton, Screwball, Mize when he's healthy, he pitches very well. Matt Manning, Reese Olson, Alex Lang. These are all Avila guys. It's almost wild how many good pitchers this guy has drafted or signed. That's a crazy number of fucking moves that this dude has made. I don't even know how you can fire a guy who basically built you the best pitching staff in baseball. It'd be nice, Sean. It'd be pretty cool. Well, but again, the bias contract, and then, ooh, yeah, that bias contract might have got him fired. And getting absolutely fucking shit faced on that Austin Meadows trade, which isn't even really his fault. I can't believe he got fucking blamed for that. Every team in baseball would have jumped at Austin Meadows. Yeah, they fired Al a couple of years ago after everything went disastrous and the offense sucked for like 7 straight years. Fans were impatient. They wanted his ass gone bad, and owners were weak and relented. Yeah, it's very funny to think about. The entire 16 or 17 of 25 guys, pretty much all Al guys, are going to win us a World Series, and it's going to be like, this is fucking dirty. They scapegoated that poor man. They made him do the fucking terrible rebuild that he had to do. They didn't. They fucked that man. And lo and behold, he actually built us a fucking young super team. Fucking bullshit. They should just rehire him as the GM. I don't. No, they got rid of Dave correctly. Fuck that guy. The reason we were bad for 7 straight years is his fucking fault. Oh, I fucking hate Dave Dombrowski. You know why the Red Sox are so bad and have no fucking good farm prospects at all? He did it to the Red Sox. He did it to us. Philly's fucked when he leaves. I don't think the fucking Phillies understand what he's doing to that team right now. Unless they already fired him smartly, but I don't think they did. You see the Red Sox right now? Did you see the Tigers for the last fucking almost for a decade straight? That's what Dave Dombrowski does to a team. Comes in and fucking blows your resources up, but hey, he can win you a World Series. He'll give you a fucking super team. Maybe I'd be a lot less vicious about it if he didn't fuck my team and we didn't get a World Series out of it, but fuck that guy. I hate Dave Dombrowski. The only players we would bring up would be like guys like fucking Brendan Bosch. That was like our only good minor league player the entire fucking after we got Verlander up and all them. Then fucking Dave traded everybody away. I fucking hate that guy. They might as well just rehire Al Avila as the GM. I don't see why they don't. They're like, you know what, fuck it, bring Al back. I don't think he drafted those guys. I think Dimitri got drafted before Dave's time. Because Dimitri was on like the 2002, 2003 Tigers, if I remember right. Yeah, dude, Dave didn't do shit for the Tigers. All these guys were like already on the team before he showed up, I believe. He signed the major leaguers. He spent the pizza man's money. Built us a good team. I don't hate him for that. I hate him because he doesn't know what a fucking bullpen is. Dude, if you put this pitching staff with that offense that we had for about 4 straight years, 4 titles. I was gonna say, I think we traded for Delman. But yeah, Dimitri was like, he's a little bit older. Think about Philly don't have no good prospects. The Red Sox ain't got no good prospects. I think I'm wrong. But the difference is, Dave Dombrowski, the Red Sox would still be a good baseball team. They'd never got rid of those 2 players, Bogarts and why am I forgetting the name? That's yeah, they didn't never traded those 2 guys if they had Dave. Or they'd have just never let him walk. They'd have paid him. They'd have paid him a lot of money. They'd have blew up their fucking team for those 2 guys. So that's the kind of difference with like Dave as a GM. He doesn't let his good players go. You'll pay him. That's why some of the Phillies dudes have wild contracts. Correction. Nick Castellanos was a good Dave Dombrowski pick. The only good one. And boy, oh boy, did Dave go get his boy. I will give him that. That was a very good pick. His best one for the Tigers. And they never let him go. They're like, fuck that. Yeah. I hope so. I hope it isn't like a Corey and Kyle Seager situation where we got the shitty one. But god damn it. I do though. We suck at developing hitters though. I wish we could find like a Chris Fetter for bats. You know what I mean? You know how cool that'd be if we could just find like a fucking assassin hitting instructor from like the university level. Still the greatest story ever of how the Tigers just went and found some dude who was pitching at, or who was like the Michigan pitching coach. And they're like, would you like to come be our pitching coach? And he's like, fuck yeah. We've just been good at pitching ever since. Shit rules. Just gotta get a hitting coach like that. Me. I'll go and teach him how to hit. I'll be hitting dingers all day. Listen, fuck base hits. Those are gay. Nobody wants to see a bunch of singles. I'll only say that to certain hitters. Like Gio Urshela, I'd be like, listen, just keep hitting singles. We need you on base. Everyone else, though, let's get that exit. Let's get that launch angle out. Perfect. Shoulders fucking dipping. Hits for some power out here. 230 averages, that's fine. 40 home runs each. Maybe we introduce a little bit of steroids. Nah. The boring part of the Detroit Tigers is a fucking way too honest of a baseball team. You know what's funny? You can actually track the Tigers' worst eras when other teams are all cheating. Like the early 2000s and late 90s when everybody was taking steroids except the fucking Tigers. They were the worst team in baseball. Literally, were the worst team in baseball to the point where they have the loss record at the height of the steroid era. Coincidence? I don't know. The Tigers have like 0 players connected to Balco except Pudge. And that was when he was a Ranger. And I guess Johnny, the shortstop we had, but they fought Peralta. They cut his ass immediately. He was one of our best players too. They just threw his ass away. They're like, get off the team. So the Tigers are a very clean team. They don't really cheat. They don't really break the rules or anything. So when people were stealing signs and fucking the sticky ball era, the fucking guess who was one of the worst teams in baseball. And wow, they cleaned up baseball. And guess who's suddenly emerging from the shadows again? Dude, it's just very eerie that now that teams aren't stealing signs as much as anymore. Now that teams aren't having sticky fingers, suddenly the Tigers aren't like the worst team in baseball anymore. It's a little suspicious, isn't it? Like none of their pitchers got affected from the sticky stuff ban. Weird. Except Turnbull, and he's not on the team anymore. Isn't that suspicious? It is to me. Tigers don't sign certain guys because, they have interesting histories. I don't know. I think there is something to it. Because it's not like they're a cheap team. It's like, well, why the fuck were we so bad? Everyone was on steroids except us. Fair. And the steroid users know you couldn't go to Detroit and use steroids. They wouldn't let you, so they didn't sign with us. Oh, that's a good point. I mean, things all kind of make sense, right? They all kind of like perfectly line up. That's why players started coming to Detroit immediately after the steroids got banned. It was like, we got what? We got like Pudge, Maglio, fucking Gary Sheffield within like a 3-year window. Oh yeah, space. Like, I guess we got to get the fuck off these steroid factory teams like the White Sox, the fucking White Sox, Yankees, and fucking, we got to bail. White Sox, Indians, and Yankees, we got to get the fuck off these teams. Why? Everybody's on roids all over the place here. Texas, we got to get the fuck out. We got to go to the most honest little team in baseball. Who's that? Detroit. They're the only non-cheaters. Yeah, probably the Orioles. I don't think you guys are a cheating team. I can't remember anyone testing dirty for you guys. I don't count Chris Davis. I don't think Guardians are fraudulent. We'll see how their pitching sustains. I'm worried about Kansas City and the Guardians pitching long term, but the Guardians have good starters. Their bullpen can be okay, but Barlow is fucking ass. He's got to go. He's cooked. That or he just needs a change of scenery or something. I don't know. Oh, damn. You guys had a rough night. It's early. Wouldn't be too worried. Man, it's going to be cool when Torkelson can finally hit a home run. Oh, shit. Sean, you're not here, right? Royals have it turn around. Maybe. Their pitching is a problem, and I don't think they're going to sustain the hitting rate that they're at. Damn. Jackson Holiday has an OPS plus of -100, making him the worst hitter in the history of Major League Baseball. Damn, Sean. I guess it's time to trade him to the Tigers. We'll send you Baez for him. Baez is a significantly better hitter than this guy. What do you say? Oh, congrats, Laura. That's awesome. Royals kind of sounds like Orioles. They have a similar cadence, yeah. It's the ending of the word. They rhyme. Nope, Sean, this is official. Are you sure you don't want to trade this bust over to the Tigers for Baez and Leonis Martin or some shit? Kenta Maeda? Flaherty, Maeda, and Baez. Come on. 3 for 1. This guy's a bust. Look at him. He's the worst hitter in the history of baseball. Look at this. Are you sure about this? I gave up on Jack before we even signed him. This is hilarious, though. The 3 Jacksons are on a combined 0 for 12. It's crazy how without water, fish ain't shit. They just fucking lay there and go, and then die. Same with all the land animals. Or ocean dwellers. Yeah, Sean was telling us. I might start to wrap it up pretty soon. But yeah, Sean, I'm just messing around. I don't really think he's going to stay bad. I doubt it. He's also, what, like 20 years old? You got to wake up at 6? Why? Oh shit, what the fuck? Where'd my shit go? There it is. On Orioles' behalf, I'll trade you Norby, Bowers, and Kramer. No thank you. Oh, for sure, Space. I want to get some sleep soon then. I'm probably not gonna personally be live for too much longer. Probably like 5 more minutes or something. I'm gonna start to wrap up pretty quick. Just a quick one tonight. I may go live again tomorrow night. I don't know. If I do, I'll be playing games. We have a little bit of Tigers I can cover in the afternoon. hour and a half. I got to go to work. And I got Sunday and Monday off. So that's cool. Then I work a fucking weird ass schedule. What's up, Daniel? How's it going? Ooh, what else? There's just nothing really happening in sports unless you like follow basketball and hockey, and I don't really follow them. You know what I mean? Not really like my forte. I don't know. What's up, Wade? How you guys doing? Sorry, I'm a little bit quiet right now. I was just reading something. Kind of at the end of the stream. Not really a ton to talk about. Just kind of checking in with everybody, seeing how things are going. You just got don't watch some. Hell yeah! At least the Tigers won. Yeah, Oakland's having a decent little year, but yeah, the Astros are seemingly cooked. At least they feel cooked. Their pitching is abysmal. You knew 2-day rest was well needed. Hell yeah, man! I'm glad you got some rest. Knights need to survive one period, and they're in the playoffs. Damn, I don't know if the Red Wings are going to make the playoffs. They were doing good, then they kind of collapsed. So I don't know if they're anywhere near in. Be cool if they make it, but I kind of doubt it. For the Tigers. Okay, I got you, Wade. Yeah, it certainly seemed to help. Yeah, they need days off, but the scheduling is all weird. Now the Tigers play a whole bunch of games in a row. Technically, potentially, it's weird. Early MLB, you could get a lot of like weird days off in a row. Yeah, hopefully the Tigers can sneak in, or Red Wings anyway. That'd be cool. I don't know. I don't really have too much else to talk about. I do apologize. I kind of ran out of things to talk about. Kind of tackled everything that I had on my head. I mean, like the Twins, the Packers, kind of the Tigers, or the Detroit teams, the Indianapolis teams. Indiana has teams. There's teams in the Midwest. Kind of depends on what you consider the Midwest. Oh yeah, Karam. Yeah, I'll be live for at least one of the games, at least some of it. So not too bad. Wish I could watch all of it though. Fucking yeah, there's just not enough people in those states. Like no one lives there. Atene's going bottom of 9. Nice. That's good, Grum. You want to see that early in the year. I don't know. I consider Colorado not even Midwest. I think it's its own thing. with like the states near it. Let's see. I don't know. I think I'm gonna start wrapping it up, folks. I'm out of things to say. I think I'm gonna go live again tomorrow and just play some MLB The Show for some games. That'd be good. If I feel like it after work and all that, I think I will. If not, I'll just be live for the Tigers tomorrow afternoon for a little bit, and then live again Sunday for the Tigers. Then some gaming at night. Then Monday, kind of a similar thing: Tigers and gaming. Easier to stream at night when I don't have to work. Trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. Not really. All right. Well, hopefully I'll see you guys a little bit at the game tomorrow. If not, I'll see you where I can see you next. Have a good rest of the night. Stay safe and blah 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 blah. Go Lions, go Patriots, and of course it's always go Tigers. 8-4 now. That's really cool. I don't know. I don't really got much. Too much else. Anybody? Anything important? All right. Well, take it easy, everyone.